Is doing well. We did this video last month here. We talked about the top characters for your Red Star promotion credits, who I definitely think provide the most value if you choose to use your Red Star promotion credits on them. So we're going to be going through this list again here this month. We have a couple of new additions that we want to talk about on this list. So if you're ready for it, guys, let's actually dive right into it right now. Now, I will say this, as you guys know, normally for me, any character that requires dark promotion credits, I usually take them off of this list, ultimately because I'm like, for the most part, those characters you do want to put your red stars on, unless it's like Ultimates. But then I know there's some people who really like Ultimates too, right? So, you know, do your thing, baby. But of course, that would not be on the top of my list. But we're not going to be talking about characters that use dark promotion credits. We're going to be talking about some other ones here. The first character on my list, and this is going to be in no particular order, is going to be Gambit. Now, I typically tend to value certain game modes like Arena, then you have Raids, and then Cosmic Crucible, right? So Gambit, I love on the Unlimited X-Men team here. I found that ever since my Gambit, so I pulled 7 red stars for him very, very early on. I wouldn't recommend you upgrade him to 7 red stars, but what I will say is this, is that I realized that the win rate of my Unlimited X-Men team on defense went up significantly when I finally filled out the 7 red stars here on Gambit. So for that reason, I like him on this list. He does an insane amount of damage. We all know that with the pings, especially also getting that extra 25% damage boost from Rogue as well. When he finally does get to his ultimate, it is incredibly devastating. It's an unavoidable attack, 520% damage. Sometimes he has offense up too whenever he does this. It is an insane amount of damage. I like Gambit a lot here. If you care about Cosmic Crucible, you're going to get a ton of value out of putting some high red stars on him here. Whether or not you have him on defense or you have him on offense, you're definitely going to find some insane value there. Now, next on this list for me is going to be Spider Weaver. She was on this list the last time as well, and I definitely think that she continues to definitely be worth putting your high red stars on. Once again, my usually stoppage is about 6 reds, unless I pull a 7 red on a character. Then of course I'm gonna, they're gonna be filled out eventually. But 6 reds is probably as high as I would promote an actual character, unless I really, really like them. And Spider Weaver, I think, is a good character as well. There's a lot of damage. On top of that, she does a lot of other things with her kit, right? My favorite thing is the fact that she eliminates characters with whoever has revived once, right? Whenever she kills a character, they cannot revive again. I love that about her. She does, like I said, an insane amount of damage. I love her basic attack, where she does an insane amount of bonus attacks here, which can ultimately take a character from halfway all the way to completely killing and eliminating that character. And that possibility is significantly higher the higher the red stars that you do have on her here. So definitely, I say, and she's so impactful in multiple game modes. Arena, she's impactful in Cosmic Crucible. She's impactful in Raids. I use her right now for raid content, Alliance War. There's a lot of different areas of the game where Spider Weaver is usable. So for me, definitely is a character that is worth your red star promotion credits here. Now, next on this list is Icarus. So we're going to group in Icarus and Cersei here. I'm going to say the Eternals team. Now, I was lucky enough to pull no, actually, no, that is not true. I really like Icarus, so I did upgrade him here to 7 red stars, and no regrets for me. I use him in Arena every single day, whether it's 1 or 2 attacks or 3 attacks. Out of my 5 attacks, I'm using him every single day here in Arena. Still incredibly impactful. Once I got him to 7 red stars, he was already really good at 6 red stars, but once I got him to 7 red star, just being able to, a lot of the times there's other enemies on the opposite side of the team where if you're able to kill them once and then you're able to do this attack again, it just does so much damage with the ultimate ability. The special ability can also delete. I typically tend to like using his basic a little bit more, and I do like using his special because the basic attack, you're going to get these 2 bonus attacks as long as you have Cersei with them. So I typically tend to like doing his basic attack a lot more, and I do like his special. All of the special is useful for being able to get the death proofs and things like that. But once again, a really high damage character, provided you a lot of value in a lot of different game modes: Arena, Cosmic Crucible, Alliance War, Dark Dimension. There's so much value that you can get out of Icarus here. So definitely is a character that's worth putting your 7 red stars on, or 6 red star promotion credits on there. Right, next on this list here, I actually did not have her on this list prior to, because we didn't know who was going to be used for Apocalypse here, right? So now that we know that Kestrel is a character that you can use, or you're going to need to be able to unlock Apocalypse, And because she was still being used in a lot of different game modes, now she's been a part of the arena meta again, right? For the past couple of months now, being able to use her against some of these hella teams that you're seeing in arena. Definitely think that putting some high red stars on her here is definitely going to give you some good value, especially with her pings. When you're able to kind of get that to pop off an insane amount of damage that you're getting from her there. She's still, with the Raider ISO, being able to get her to crit with her special ability, her ultimate gives it more value. She crits as well. And, so just more damage that you're getting from that there. And remember, her ultimate also eliminates, if she does kill that character, it eliminates the revive one. So you can always use that, strategically to be able to eliminate a character. So I think for that reason, definitely provides value here. She's usable in multiple game modes. You can use her on that skill team in raids. There's still plug and play value for her here in Cosmic Crucible. Still value for plug and play there in Alliance War. Dark Dimension still value, and of course being able to use her for Apocalypse as well is just that added icing on the cake, right? All right, next on this list for me is going to be Omega Red. Still a ton of value that you're going to get from this character here. Now, the rest of the Weapon X team, I don't know if newer players are building out that team because maybe you don't care about Alliance War, but specifically, although the hurdles to get Omega Red are still a problem, I know that once you do get him, you're going to find a good value for this character. Like I said, not Arena right now, but Cosmic Crucible is pretty big. I use him against Gamma teams all the time. He's sort of like a part of my Gamma team comp that I use my Gamma counter team comp that I do use here. So Omega Red provides value there. Still good in Alliance War. That Weapon X team is still very, very, very strong in Alliance War. And a lot of that is based on Omega Red. It's damage. It's being able to give him higher focus so that he can land his ability block with his special, land the ability block with his ultimate. A lot of value here that you will get from Omega Red. So to me, solid value here to put some high red stars on him. Next character for me on this list here is Hulk. I like Hulk a lot on this Gamma team, of course, and I found that the top trio that you want to invest into on the Gamma team is obviously going to be Red Hulk, it's going to be Hulk, and of course it is also as well going to be Brawn, right? I think those are the three most important characters, although the other two still provide good value. I would say if you're looking at a top trio team here, it's definitely Hulk, it's Red Hulk, and of course it's then Brawn. But I like Hulk because number one, in Alliance War, he's in a spawn with Taunt, being a part of that the rest of that Gamma team there. On top of that too, he does a very good amount of damage with this leap ability whenever he has offense up, because he's dropped below 50% and he's gained this offense up. Whenever he does this attack, it does a really good amount of damage. I like running Striker on him so he can do some bonus attacks. There's always a lot of vulnerables that are going out there because of Red Hulk, Abomination, and I do run Skirmisher as well on She-Hulk. So there's a lot of vulnerables that are around there that typically tends to help out, which making sure that he's able to get these bonus attacks whenever he does his damage. Special, of course, he does do 500% damage. This is a low cooldown. The higher the red stars, the more damage he's going to do as well. The higher the health pool that he's going to have too. And of course, because he's going to be getting hit so many times, he's going to constantly get below 50%, constantly be able to get that offense up, constantly doing an insane amount of damage, right? So for me, Red Hulk, definitely a solid value on this team. Even outside of the Gamma team is being used in raids right now, right? So there's value there that you can get from this team there. Obviously, Cosmic Crucible we talked about. Obviously, they do really well in Alliance War. Like I said, really good value I think you're going to get here from Hulk. Next on this list might be a personal favorite for me just because of Cosmic Crucible, but because of especially this new season that we're into right now, I found that a high red star Black Panther, a high geared Black Panther, I mean, scary. It's downright scary to go against Black Panther on defense. It's really fun to be able to use this character on offense. The higher the red stars, the better and more damage he does. This ultimate ability can clear an entire wave, especially if he has those 4 charges on him. And in Cosmic Crucible, outside of Cosmic Crucible, it does an insane amount of damage here. I love using them right now in the Gamma raids because on the left side, I go to the left side of the Gamma raids here. Once I get to that boss node and I get those charges built up, baby, I'm doing an insane amount. It's like he's just constantly going one after the other because he's doing the ult, then he kills, and then he comes back and you're able to do a special and basic, and he's just constantly killing characters because he just have these really, really high red stars. So even in the higher difficulties that we're doing for these Greek raids right now, I'm still finding a ton of value for him there. I wish raids overall were better in terms of their traits, where you could probably use the Wakandan team in some of these Doom raids, or maybe in the future they will change it for if they just decide to do, you know, Apocalypse raids or something like that, or Dormammu raids. Maybe they'll expand the traits a little bit more, but I like the insane amount of damage that you do get from a character like Black Panther here. And because I value Cosmic Crucible so much, I do think that he's definitely well worth putting those Red Star promotion credits on. All right, next character for me here is going to be Hela. I like Hela is a part of the arena meta right now, and I found that, you know, really, if you can get her to do this ultimate ability, and if you can get her, because a lot of people are running Dormammu on defense, right? The higher the red stars that you have on this ultimate here, the higher a chance that you do have of killing the character. And because she does negate characters that are killed by this attack and not be revived, because of that, you know, I do like the higher red stars on her here. I think she does a decent amount of damage, not the most damage, but a decent amount of damage here that you can get from Hela. I found that, you know, like I said, having the higher red stars also helps her to survive a lot, because she does get very close. Maybe it's because my arena shard is crazy, but she does get very close to dying quite often. She's in the red very often throughout a lot of the matchups, and I found that the higher red stars are definitely helping me to be able to keep her alive here. So like I said, I like Hela. I think because she's a part of the arena meta, there's value there. If you like Alliance War, obviously her on the part of the Undying team is very good as well. So good value there for characters that you're using in multiple game modes, but of course an important game mode as well. All right, and then last, I think this is the last character that's on my list here. No, that's not true. Is Captain America. But Captain America here, once again, another character that if you're using this character in, I know I don't have all the T4s yet. I'm still haven't fully built out the entire team. I'm still using the Web Warriors, but when you do get an opportunity here to use this team in your raid content, because we've had a lot of practice with this team here on the playtest server, I know that the higher the red stars on Captain America, that the better your team is going to be off, because he's going to taunt a lot. He's going to be taking a lot of hits here. The higher the red stars, the better your team is going to be in terms of survivability. A lot of people typically tend to like to run healer on him as well. So the higher the health pool, that will definitely help out with the healer ISO as well. I would not recommend promoting him to 7 red stars. I pulled 7 red stars for him, so I was definitely very happy that he did get a rework. But I found that once again, the higher red stars on him, because it's raid content that you're using this Rebirth team in, having the higher red stars on Captain America does provide good long-term value, at least for right now. The way that I do see it, there's a couple other characters that you would love to get high red stars on, like Agent Venom and maybe even Winter Soldier, because those two characters, Agent Venom and Winter Soldier, definitely are your damage. But I found that once again, it's about survivability, and Captain America definitely helps with that. So therefore, I do like the red stars on him. Also, has a sensational kit that does really kind of benefit the team largely as well. And then I think this is the last character that's on my list here, is going to be a Hulkbuster. I like Hulkbuster a lot, but as we talked about before on this list, the team does not survive. The Bionic Avengers does not survive in raids without Hulkbuster. So the higher the red stars on him, the better off you are with survivability. I wish I had the gold promotion credits probably right now to upgrade him to 6 reds, because I absolutely would. Also just got him to 6 yellow too. As you can see, I'm only 4 shards over. So that would, but like I said, it's the barrier. You need him to be able to survive. He takes on a lot of hits too. Like, he does taunt quite a bit here, because from what I can remember, he does get below, whenever he does gain taunt, right? When other allies get below 50%. So therefore, or he does typically tend to taunt a lot. So mainly when Iron Man goes below. So if you are looking to have him survive more too, then the higher the red stars are definitely going to help, but the higher the barrier and things like that are going to be useful for you too. And he does do a good amount of damage also. Although the multipliers may not make it look that way, he does do a decent amount of damage too, because of course once he does have that offense up and it's an AoE and the Striker ISO on him, And if he does crit, then that also, increases his damage output also. So therefore, I mean, a good red star value, I think, mainly because you're doing raid content every single day. You need that team to survive. So therefore, I think Holebuster provides good value there too. All right, guys, that is it for this list. There were some honorable mentions that I could have talked about here, like Shang-Chi. Still like him. Still think he does an insane amount of damage with that ultimate ability. Captain America Sam here. Skill raids are important, and Captain America Sam will definitely help out your team. There are some skill raid rumors that are out there, though, so I am kind of tailoring this list a little bit based on that. Wong, I think Wong is a good character, like with a Darko team. Be that he's a little bit more farmable now. I think Wong, if you can get higher red stars on him, can provide you with some good value there. I did also think about Nemesis. When I finally got my Nemesis here, when I got Nemesis to 5 reds after using him, I realized how impactful having that extra 5th red on him was. I think that if you're doing higher raids, that 6th red is probably going to be just as valuable. And I still also like Squirrel Girl as well here because of her healing potential. That's special, I think. Good value that you can get from a character like that as well. But let me know, what characters do you probably want to put on this list? Do you like my characters? Would you want to take some characters off this list as well? Let me know, guys. Would appreciate you watching the video. Check out the other videos that are on this channel here, what we're going to throw here in the end screen. Also, hit the notification bell. I'm sorry, hit the like button and subscribe button if you haven't done so already to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you know when the videos do go live. Check out my social media links. They're down below in the description. And until next time, guys, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe.